Bull or bear? I'm rolling a $17.99 Spanish pillar dollar, and she comes up a bull. Let's see. Last night she said a bear, and it was up this morning. We'll get into that in a moment. Meanwhile, I've got the live Viva the Keys cam up here. This is in somewhere in South Florida Keys. There goes a Crevalle Jack swimming amongst the tasty mangrove snappers that you see right there. Another Crevalle. I'll tell you a little story about Crevalles. If you're familiar with Crevalle Jacks right there in Florida and permit, if you don't know what you're looking at, you might confuse a permit from a Crevalle Jack, which was the first thing I did when I was fishing in my younger days. I caught a Crevalle Jack, confused it with a permit. Well, I didn't confuse it with a permit. First thing I caught it, and I asked the guy on shore that was fishing with a bobber. I should have known better at the point. I shouldn't say bobbers, because bobbers aren't bad, but a bobber in the intercoastal. But I said, "Can you eat these?" You know, because I'd come in off of a little boat trip with my friend. He goes, "Sure you can." I should have asked first, actually, but I thought it was a permit. So not so tasty those Crevalle Jacks are, but meanwhile, these guys are quite tasty. Mangrove snappers are a tasty little critter. And I don't know why I told you that. I just, oh, is that a live video? Hang on, I didn't hit the live video. Oh, there we go, it's live. All right, let's get into today's spot prices. Again, that's a pretty cool cam if you want to watch it. Lots of cool fish go by there. I've seen everything kind of swim past this cam. Another Crevalle there. Or for those that don't know better, an edible fish. Let's update prices here, courtesy of CCE Spots. CCE, a great company, been around a long time. A dealer-only kind of format, although they do have a retail coin section there. But been with them a long time, and I like using their page because it kind of remains static. It's not moving around while we're talking. Gold 1832.10, silver 2009 in the criminal crime X silver markets, and platinum 945 in that mid 900 range. Folks, these are just kind of like buy the frickin' dip prices when you can. There's nothing organic about why prices went down this week and why we've seen lower price. There's nothing organic why we've seen prices go from mid 1900s to 1830, like within a month and maybe even sooner. There's no reason why we saw silver go down from the 24 plus range into that close to almost sub $20. It hasn't closed below that, but I'm not going to say we can't see that tomorrow or tonight. A close below $20, which is even more unbelievable than gold being at 1832. Trust me on that. And platinum, who the hell knows? Just an unloved metal, and what, in my opinion, just super cheap at these levels. But here we are. Good buying opportunities. Premiums are down really low. I talked about that in last night's video, how low premiums were for a lot of different products, except for certain products, and we're going to get into a little conversation about that as well. I don't usually talk about other videos out there because I don't, you know, people say, Brian, did you watch this video guy on silver? Did you watch this person on silver? Did you watch this person on precious metals? And I have watched a few out there, and I have my critique of a few, and I respect everyone that is out there working on YouTube trying to make a living. Trust me, I'm not making a living on YouTube. You can tell by my numbers, and and really, my real job is precious metals. I'm here just kind of to advertise my business, and you know, I figure the best form of advertising is really just trying to deliver some knowledge to people, you know, because a knowledgeable buyer appreciates where they got the knowledge from. I mean, every time I've ever been involved in anything in my life, whether it's, you know, you know, of course you know that I'm a kind of a gun guy. I also race cars. I like all kinds of things like that. And I've always, when I've gone to someone that I've been purchasing from or going to do business with in some degree, and they've educated me well, I've appreciated it, and I've always shown that in a form of loyalty, even if they were a little bit higher than someone else out there. I've always kind of stuck with the same place, so I figured that philosophy should work for me in my business here. That's why I do these videos. But I have watched videos out there where I've seen, again, sorry to bore you with just the same static, but let's just update this. Anything change here in the last 2 minutes? Yeah, by a few cents there and by 1 cent there or so. I don't watch a lot of videos when I come home. I've seen a few guys out there, and my video editor sent me this guy. He says, "Did you see the interview with here Bix Weir and Steve St. Angelo?" I'd like to thank Palisades Gold Radio for this video and my ability to discuss it here as well. Let me say I have seen Bix Weir. I think he's the guy that does the singing, and Steve San Angelo. I don't know who it is. And I found the clip interesting. That's about 1 minute. Let me kind of answer a few questions that I've seen here, if I can. And let's go.
Bix brings a good point. Why are they producing so little Silver Eagles? And I guess the best answer that I come across, first of all, one thing is the U.S. Mint isn't charging those high premiums. That's the wholesalers and the dealers. That's the wholesalers and the dealers. So let's put the blame where it goes.
No. Because they're not getting the coins. How are they going to pay their employees if, they're obviously going to have to raise the prices? The demand is there. They're going to raise prices to, if Ventures Gibson gave them 4 or 5 million coins every month, they wouldn't need to raise prices because they can cover their fixed costs easy.
If you compare what the Britannias and the Kangaroos and the Philharmonics and the Krugerrands, it's about the same, right? So that doesn't really cut butter for me.
It's not the same
because they're making, again, this U.S. Mint charges what, $2? That's what they charge.
Like $2 over.
Okay, so it's really the high premiums. Yes, there is a lot of demand. I get that, but the high premiums are based upon what the wholesalers and the coin dealers. It's not what the U.S. Mint is charging. So I just want people to understand.
You're right. It's not charging, but it's the fault of the U.S. Mint because they're not supplying enough.
Yes, the Silver Eagle is a very high in demand, but again, I guess, Bix, this is where I get back to the keep it simple, stupid, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm burning energy. That I don't really care about my Silver Eagle.
Angelo, St. Angelo, again, I've never heard of him before. Don't know if he knows anything about what he's talking about. It doesn't sound like he does when it comes to precious metals, unfortunately. But again, I won't make a judgment because I haven't watched the whole video. But based on his statement here, no. He says that it's greedy dealers is the reason that premiums are so high on Silver Eagles, and we know that's all bullshit, folks. We've discussed that on my videos plenty of time. Bix Weir kind of just brought up the point that dealers wouldn't need to raise their prices if the Mint was producing enough Silver Eagles out there to resell. Now remember, the Mint does not sell Silver Eagles to dealers like myself. They don't sell the Silver Eagles to for example, your favorite dealer out there. There are a few very large companies out there that have a contract with the U.S. Mint to buy Silver Eagles. And here, we'll get into that in a moment, but I wanted to kind of point that out to you, that the people that resell Silver Eagles right directly from the government is a very, very small group of corporations that do that. Mr. St. Angelo kind of revealed what he doesn't know at all about precious metal, the retail. Again, remember, I've been doing retail and wholesale precious metals market for a living, not a YouTube guy. I don't make money on YouTube. I make money on precious metals, buying and selling retail and wholesale. So that was a pretty clear statement by Mr. St. Angelo that he had no clue what he was talking about because the premiums are significantly different. And here, let me share some proprietary information with you on the general wholesale market on Silver Eagles here. And we'll get into answering that question or that comment that Mr. St. Incorrect comment that Mr. St. Angelo made here. Let's take a look at Silver Eagles and what is the current wholesale buy price on Silver Eagles? Well, that depends on whether they're in sealed boxes or not. But there is a big spread between the wholesale bid and the wholesale ask. The wholesale bid on Silver Eagles is thereabouts within 10-20 cents either way, about $4. So most big wholesale dealers and a lot of wholesale dealers out there are probably paying $3.75 to $4.25 per ounce over spot to get Silver Eagles. And I'm not talking about buying them from the U.S. Mint and distributors of the U.S. Mint. I'm talking about these wholesalers are willing to buy that from just about anybody that's willing to sell them any kind of quantities. $3.75 to $4.75. $3.75 to $4.25 over on the bid side. Now, if you were to go ask these same big wholesalers out there on Silver Eagles what they wanted for them, I think so. There's basically $3 spread there, and that's a pretty wide spread, I got to admit there, but I can explain why that spread is pretty wide on the wholesale level. Remember, I'm talking about a wholesale here, and I'm not talking about retail right now on Silver Eagles, okay? So the wholesale, the wholesale ask price, so like big major dealers out there, are probably between $6.50 and $7.50 an ounce, what they want when they sell their Silver Eagles. Again, a $3 spread on the big major wholesalers out there between what they're asking and they're buying. But folks, don't forget, it is not greedy dealers. Greedy is not $3 per ounce. I think the reason that that's a wide spread, wider than normal, but it's not like the dealers are charging $7, $8, $9 for Silver Eagles, and they're buying them for $1 or $2 over spot, which is somewhat inferred in this video. Again, the spot plus $2 is what the big wholesale, the big distributors buy from the government for, not what guys like myself and your online sellers and your local dealers buy. We can't buy them for plus $2 from the government because we don't have contracts with the government. Remember, that's distributors. So as far as Silver Eagles go, where we go there? There is a $3 spread there, but I believe the reason that that spread is so wide between the wholesale bid and the wholesale ask on Silver Eagles is because that demand is so, skittish. You know what I'm saying? At any given moment, the big demand out there for Silver Eagles could just kind of like cut down, and none of these dealers want to be holding a large amount of Silver Eagles. That would be my opinion on why the wholesale spreads are so wide like they are. But as you know in my videos, I've told you many times over and over, you do not want to buy Silver Eagles anyway. I don't care if you could buy them at the wholesale level. But again, wholesale dealers are really paying, again, $3.75 to $4.25 on Silver Eagles. That's what they're paying, the big wholesale guys. So that's a pretty hefty premium over the price of silver. And again, in this video, it's inferred that they only cost $2 over, which is bullshit. That's what the distributors pay when you can get them from the U.S. Mint. Let's go into some further stuff here. Mr. St. Angelo says it doesn't really cut butter for him, but hang on, let's go on here. All right, that's what I was talking about. The U.S. Mint charges $2, but they don't charge $2 to me. They don't charge $2 to other dealers. When the U.S. Mint finally lets go of an allotment to their distributors, they charge like probably thereabouts plus $2. I got to be honest with you, I don't know what distributors are currently paying, but it's probably in that range. But your average dealer, your average Joe, your average online reseller out there, he's not paying plus $2. That's the big distributors paying $2. And it's kind of funny, this guy's making the claim that all dealers out there are paying plus $2 for Silver Eagles from the U.S. Mint. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. If that's true, why are there dealers out there paying, again, on the average, spot plus $4 plus or minus for Silver Eagles? Why, if they can buy them from the government for $2? That's because they can't buy them from the government for $2. And Mr. St. Angelo completely speaking out his arsehole there. So it's not what the U.S. Mint is charging, but you got to remember the wholesale dealers are paying plus $4. And his comment is that you can buy them from the Mint for $2. Explain that discrepancy, folks. And the discrepancy is, again, there's a limited amount of Silver Eagles out there. Here, let me pull it up here. Mintage of U.S. American Silver Eagles. I think I saw, give me a second, I think I saw one of the companies out there offering that information here. Modern Coin Mart, thanks to Modern Coin Mart, we can take a look at the American Eagle mintage chart out there is. And let's take a look at here why that premiums may be up and why that the allotments are getting sold so quick. When the U.S. Mint sells them for spot plus $2, they're getting sold instantaneously. They're just out there immediately. And again, dealers out there like myself are out there paying $3 to $4 over, and there's some people paying more than $4 over on Silver Eagles. All right, let's take a look at mintage figures here. And as you can see, prior to the Critter 19 mintage figures, there you go, look at that. 30 million in 2020. I guess that was the Critter year right there. 30 million. 15 million in 2018, 14 million then, 30 million. But look at the figures, how low we are right now on our figures. 15 million. That's a very small mintage, especially when you get a large demand out there. just doesn't make sense anyway. Mint, the mintages are down, supply and demand, there's a limited supply from the U.S. Mint. There's a limited supply that people are willing to sell of all these back dates that dealers are willing to pay spot plus $4 over. And there's a lot of reasons why the premiums are high on Silver Eagles on the bid side. And there's a lot of reasons why there's a big spread between the bid and ask on the wholesale side as well. Dealers don't want to get caught holding too many of these, but so that, that's usually when you see the spreads widen, is that the confidence that the premium is going to hold up is a little bit on the waning side. When there's big competition amongst dealers for silver products out there, for example, like Silver Eagles, you won't see a $3 spread like we're seeing in the wholesale markets, $4 to $7, that $4 to $7 area. You'll see a $1 spread and a $1.50 spread at the most. So when I see these wide spreads like I am on Silver Eagles right now, it tells me that dealers are a little bit gun shy from buying. But meanwhile, let's go back to this video right here. Not much to talk about. Mr. St. Angelo, I know what Mr. St. Angelo said. He said something that other products were just like Silver Eagles, is that the Silver Maple Leaves and the Silver Krugerrands and those others were super high premiums as well. Well, Mr. St. Angelo, that's not true at all. Not even remotely true, which tells me that Mr. St. Angelo did no homework when he opened his mouth about this particular issue that I've watched in the last minute. Again, I don't know what the rest of the video says when he talks about it afterwards or before, but I can tell you that his credibility on that particular statement that he just made is pretty much zip with me. And here, let me move along here. I thought this was interesting. I've been having a lot of fun with this chat, openai.com. And when I saw that, I said, when I saw the video, I said, let me ask you a question here. Why has the U.S. Mint decreased production of Silver Eagles since 2019 to date? And AI tells me, I like this, it does all the research for me to some degree, based on the limited, based on the data that it has. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. If it has garbage data, it's going to feed that to me, but I think I can wade my way through it like you can. AI says the U.S. Mint has faced several challenges in recent years that have impacted the production of Silver Eagles. One of the main reasons for the decrease in production is a decline in demand for Silver Eagles among collectors and investors. You know what? That just, when I saw it, garbage in, garbage out, even based on the video that we just saw and based on the fact that we have super high premiums on the wholesale levels on Silver Eagles, the wholesale buy prices are higher than what the Mint sells them for, if that tells you anything. Again, the Mint sells them $2 to distributors. Distributors sell them to other people for $3, $4 when they have them. If there's a limited supply out there, wholesalers go out there and offer to pay up to $4 for them. That's what we got going on. But here, meanwhile, AI doesn't know anything about that. Garbage in, garbage out is a decline in demand. We have not had a decline in demand, and I'll bring that up in a moment. AI, again, you got to be able to spot the bullshit even with an AI program. After the record-breaking sales figures in 2015-16, demand for Silver Eagles steadily declined. This has led the U.S. Mint to reduce the number of coins produced to avoid overproduction. Well, 2019 certainly didn't look like it was, again, look at 2019, folks. And AI has the same information data, 30 million. Give me a break, decline. Well, there's 37 million. I guess you can say that's a slight decline, 47 million. So yeah, there's a slight decline there, but nothing major here in those years. Well, 19 was a little less. But again, take a look at the numbers that they did produce at this time, 54 million, 47. And again, this was when silver was really quiet. It's really odd that the U.S. Mint was able to sell huge amounts of Silver Eagles and silver at a time when silver was kind of like down in the dumps and nobody wanted it. And then when people started wanting it, mintage figures went down substantially. Again, conspiracy, I don't know, we can go down that rabbit hole some other time. But meanwhile, another factor that has impacted production is the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic has disrupted supply chains and caused delays in production and distribution of precious metals. This has led to shortages of silver blanks, which are used to produce Silver Eagles. I pretty much think that's nonsense, folks. I really do. I think at some point you could say it did, but not really. Additionally, and I'll get to that in a moment, additionally, the U.S. Mint has faced staffing shortages and reduced operating hours due to the pandemic, which has further impacted production levels. Well, I agree that might be true to some point in 2020. 2021, but what about 2022, 2023? And despite these challenges, U.S. Mint continue to produce silver eagles, albeit at reduced levels. The Mint is committed to meet, and again, it's saying that supply and demand is why they're not producing the coins they are right now, but that's complete bullshit. The Mint could outsell. If the Mint produced double the mintage they're making right now in the last year, they could still sell it, and that's a fact. And the premiums wouldn't be so high either, folks. It's the Mint, the U.S. Mint, lack of production is the reason, and big demand for silver eagles is why the premiums are stupid high. All right, that's the reason. Mr. Angelo had no clue what he was talking about. And so I asked AI, what evidence do you have that sales for silver eagles declined after 2016? And are you aware that production after 2016 was still high compared to the last 2 years of production? 2020 omitted is what I meant to say because of the COVID, of course. And AI apologizes a lot. Any confusion in my previous response may have caused. Upon further research, I found that demand for silver eagles did not necessarily decline after 2016, but rather it fluctuated based on a variety of factors. Sales of silver eagles reached a record high in 2015 of pretty impressive. Same data we were just looking at, and then 37 million in 2016. And the sales in subsequent years have varied. A lot of strange things there too. Again, at a time when silver eagles, when silver was kind of like really quiet and not many people were buying it, it was in that sub $20 level. I think in the mid teens and maybe even the lower teens. They sold tons of it. Demand is up dramatically, yet they produce less. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, it goes into that. I think the AI's responses were pretty good here. You can read it here if you want to pause it. Regarding production levels, you're correct. The U.S. Mint produced a relatively high number of silver eagles in the years following, blah, blah, blah. It goes into impacted by COVID, blah, blah, blah. All right, let me move down here. Is it possible that U.S. Mint may have been directed to decrease production due to shrinking silver supply and issues that could cause in silver markets and prices? So you know exactly where I'm going with this by that question. Here, I'll blow it up for you a little bit so you can read it better. I need for me to read it better, actually. Let me get a sip here. It is possible that the U.S. Mint may have adjusted its production levels, that's what AI answers me, in response to changes in the silver market supply chain issues. As a government agency, the U.S. Mint is responsible for ensuring the availability and integrity of U.S. coins and currency. It may adjust its production levels in response to various factors. Market demand, we know that, availability of precious metals, and this was interesting, other economic and logistic considerations, which, you know, I don't know exactly, that's a gray area. Let's see what that means. It is also worth noting that U.S. Mint sources the silver blanks from a variety of suppliers. And again, that's common kind of like the narrative is that the U.S. Mint can't find good suppliers of blanks. We know that's bullshit. The blanks are available out there. I think I've seen a couple articles written on that. And I'm sure there's been some YouTube talking heads that have talked about it as well. However, it is important to note that the U.S. Mint is subject to a range of legal and regulatory requirements, including requirements to produce certain coins, maintain adequate supplies of coins. Now, there is a law that says that. I've even heard a few people out there in their writings say that the U.S. Mint is breaking the law by not producing as many silver eagles as they possibly can, and that they are using the blanks and the lack of staff as an excuse not to make more silver eagles, because they're going to produce 40 or 50 million silver eagles, which they could sell very easily right now instead of the measly amount they're making at the moment. That puts a big impact on physical supplies out there in the COMEX, CRIMEX markets and other places, including SLV, BlackRock's baby, SLV. So, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy rabbit holes we can jump down to. And of course, you know, when I talk about conspiracies, I've been right 99% of the time. I've been proven right so far. So anyways, let me move along here and not pat myself on the back. Can you hear that? That's me patting myself on the back. All right. Any adjustment to production levels would need to be made with the context of the requirements. And again, that's a whole different topic we could talk about. So I asked, what are why are, and it came out what? Should have looked at, but why are private miners able to produce as many blanks as necessary at the standard using, boy, I screwed that up, yet the U.S. Mint cannot. Also, is the U.S. Mint back up to full production capability and staffing now? And AI answers private minters may be able to produce silver blanks as necessary, but they may not meet the same standards as the U.S. Mint. Good answer, good answer. But I know that's not necessarily true, because we know that some of the blank suppliers for a lot of these private minters are the same people that supply the U.S. Mint. So, you know, the blank suppliers could say, all right, no more private minters, we're going to give all our supply to the U.S. Mint. So, I mean, I know that's kind of a bullshit answer right there that AI is coming up with here. Blah, 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 inspection of blanks and all that stuff. You can pause it if you want to read it. And it is possible the U.S. Mint has made progress in addressing these challenges, but I do not have current information beyond my cutoff date. Anyway, thought that was pretty interesting. Thought the video was interesting that Marcelo sent me about the St. Angelo guy. And again, the 60 seconds that I watched, how he was able to just completely prove that he had spent no time researching what he was talking about on that particular issue. Meanwhile, let me go someplace else here. Best deals, folks. What are the best deals out there? Well, they're certainly not Silver Eagles. You know, I've discussed this for a long time. I love the product, just hate the premiums. And no, I'm not the greedy dealer that Mr. St. Angelo is talking about. Where's me gold? Where's me gold? Yeah, I need my leprechaun that says, where's me gold? That was my greedy dealer logo I was going to use earlier in the video, but where's me gold? And Silver Eagles suck when it comes to invest. I wouldn't buy them. I wouldn't buy them. They're just overpriced. I've said this for a long time. I've shared with you the wholesale prices, and the retail prices are probably $1 over and $1 under on the bids and the asks as well. Not a good deal. What a pretty coin that is. Look at the toning on that. Very nice, rainbow kind of toning. Looks like the ocean in the background. Very pretty. What are the best deals out there, folks? They're still the same as they've been for quite some time. And again, Mr. St. Angelo, boy, I'm on the Mr. St. Angelo kick now, aren't I? Said that all these products are the same price. Silver, it's greedy dealers, and the greedy dealers are charging the same stupid premiums for everything, but that's not true. Silver Eagles are exorbitantly overpriced because, again, lack of supply, big demand, nothing to do with greedy dealers. Because the same greedy dealers that are offering to pay spot plus $4 for Silver Eagles are also selling kilo bars for spot retail. The big greedy dealers are paying spot plus $4 for Silver Eagles, yet they're offering to sell kilo bars at spot plus $2.25. So almost half. I mean, come on, give me a break. All right. And again, the reason is because Silver Eagles are a popular product, big demand, small supply. Not so much with the generic products that we talk about, but Silver Eagles are popular. Again, popularity equals a big demand. All right. Again, best deals out there. JBR bars. We get them at spot plus $1.50 or so. Let me do my advertising now. This is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Been in this location since 1995. Been doing this since 1977. Precious metals, rare coins, all the kinds of cool stuff that I deal in as well. I advertise to beat JM Bullion, SD Bullion, and APMEX as well. The online guys, because why do I beat the online guys and why do I bring them up? People say, Brian, why do you bring up their names? Because you know what? If you want to be competitive, you got to beat the big, good guys out there. And I believe they're good, big guys out there, and I can still beat their prices here locally. And if you live in South Florida, I can also beat the local guys as well. There goes my advertising right there. That's it. Call me at this number anytime, and I'll, you know, if you want to write it down later, I'll get back to this page here as I close out. Meanwhile, best deals out there are not Silver Eagles. Best deals are kilo bars. Next thing would be 100-ounce bars at spot plus $2.45 or less. Don't pay more than that. And you know, listen, I shouldn't say don't. If you got a good local dealer and he's a tiny bit more than that, and you can pick it up locally. Again, I always recommend buy local. You know, if you can't buy from me, find a good local guy. And by the way, I do ship outside my local area, but I only do it by telephone, not online. And you have to buy more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 1,500 ounces of silver for me to make it worth your while. But meanwhile, again, if you can't visit us here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, find yourself a good local dealer before you shop online. Nothing wrong with the online guys. I just like keeping that money local. Kilos are the best deals out there. Kilo. I wonder what comes up with kilo. All kinds of strange. There we go. Kilo silver bars. Kilo. living in South Florida, I think I was expecting something different to pop up there. Kilo silver bars. There you go, right there. Those are the best deals out there. Again, a spot plus 225. I have them for. I got the premium brands, a spot plus 250. 100-ounce bars are not much more than that, or probably in that range. Actually, spot plus 245. 90% silver coin have come down quite a bit. You know, premiums were really crazy on 90 for a little while. Now you can pick it up for spot plus 375 or less. What's the best deal out there in gold? It's still gold bars. Gold. Me gold. Gold bars, all right? Man, I wish I had the leprechaun. I like that leprechaun. Where's me gold? That shit made me laugh. I think I saw it on television. I was flipping through channels and I see this little creature in one of these movies. Where's me gold? And I said, boy, there's your greedy dealer for you. Gold bars. Boy, there's a bunch of gold bars that are pretty cool. But 1 ounce are the best deal out there. That's just 10 ounces. I meant to say 1 ounce. Spot plus 70 bucks or less. Krugerrands are getting pretty cheap too. A spot plus 73. Eagles are spot plus. Gold Eagles, again, premiums are not bad on Gold Eagles considering. All things considered, the premiums are not that bad. I think that the U.S. Mint sells to distributors like MTB and some of the bigger companies out there like JM, one of JM's arms that is a distributor, at spot plus 2.75%. I think that's what wholesalers pay on, if memory serves me correct, maybe 3.25, but I think it's spot plus 2.75. But it still costs like spot plus 3 or 4 for dealers like myself to buy them. But meanwhile, 1 ounce gold bars is still the best deal. Gold Eagles are spot plus $110. Again, KRs are like spot plus, what, 73, 75 bucks, I think. Maple Leafs are probably in the $80 to $85 range. Gold, more reasonably priced as far as the premium. Some good deals out there. Again, folks, buy the frickin' dips if you can. These prices are really just super cheap. And I'm kind of curious what we're going to see tomorrow, Friday, on the close. I like the strength of gold. Silver has just not really experienced that uptrend that we've been seeing in gold right now. I still feel like they want to try to dump it below 1900 on the close. Again, Friday, let's see what happens if they monkey hammer it on Friday night, or if they monkey hammer it on Sunday night. I think if we get through these levels until next week, mid next week, we're probably back in that uptrend in the cyclical bullshit manipulative COMEX markets that we deal with all the time. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to go to last night's video, or the night before video. Sorry about last night, folks. I was exhausted. I kind of always like to get these. I like to do these 5 days a week, but I'm not always able to. So much going on out there. I gave up trying. It's not that I gave up trying, but you know, I just don't want to produce crap out there and throw you guys a bunch of nonsense, blubbery nonsense, because I'm tired, exhausted, and I can't do a good video. So I did skip last night because that's how I felt. But anyways, I will do my best to maintain these on a daily basis. And meanwhile, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the bell button up there, which reminds you when my new videos come out. Let me answer some questions from The Power of Gold. Hated that title. Sorry, Marcelo, but I did. I let Marcelo title that. My titles are more clickbaity because I realize that the only way you can get the message out there is if you get people to click on the video. So yeah, I have the more clickbaity titles out there. If you see the higher view count, that's probably me. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes you do judge a book by its cover, you know. And if you're in a it's YouTube kind of, and YouTube videos and YouTube thumbnails and titles are kind of like the bookstore. Because if you're walking through a bookstore and you have no particular book in mind, which is like walking through YouTube, you know, Discovery, you know, going through their pages or Rumble or wherever else you use. You know, a lot of times you're just kind of looking at the covers of books using the thumbnails, and what makes you pick up a book is an interesting title or picture. And that's the same true with YouTube. You cannot sell your books, and again, I'm not here to sell videos. I don't care about YouTube monetization. I think Marcelo has it on or something like that, but we make like, you know, $3 or something like that, whatever the frick it is, I don't care. I'm here to advertise and educate, which are hand in hand, as I told you earlier. You know, if I'm educating out there, I create a loyalty with people that'll do business with me, and I think that's smart no matter what business you're in. But I digress. Let's get into, boy, I digress a lot, don't I? Rabbit holes, rabbit holes, rabbit holes. If you get dizzy, close your eyes. But Mike P. buying the dip. What's up? Joe McDonald, how you doing? Don Gotchel, those damn monkeys. Yeah, you're right. Monkey hammered again, but it looks like we're up from there. Linda Compton, well, I went to buy my silver guy down the street from where I live and bought more silver today for myself and my daughter. Bravo, Linda. Nice to hear from you, as always. I lay in my bed listening to Why Not make a lot of sense, and it's fun sometimes. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope my videos are somewhat fun. And if they're not, I hope they put you to a nice deep sleep. So, ready? 3 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths and just listen to my voice calmly. Anyways. All right. Been a while since I've seen physical sub 24, anything under 25 physical is a good deal. Absolutely see our chief, agree with you 100%. Asking about silver, the AA bot. Yeah, I do. It's a pretty cool thing. You can log on yourself and ask that silver, ask the AA bot anything that you like. Here, let me just so I can show you. Look right there, chat.openai.com. That's where you want to go. It's free to mess around with, and I really encourage you guys to do that. Just remember, it may feed you some bullshit, but hey, you're prone to that no matter where you go. AI, whatever, Google, me, someone else, All right. Anxious Stacker says, I really like listening to breakdowns of my nightly walks. How do you feel about high premiums with limited mintages? You have to first designate, am I collecting? Am I being a collector, or am I hedging against a falling dollar by buying a commodity? If you're a collector, it's okay to stack stuff that's shiny, cool, pretty, low mintages, and if you happen to not lose money on it and make money on it, great, but don't expect that. Buy it with the joy of owning it and that you enjoy, you like talking about it, showing it to people, and you enjoy it. Other than that, you have to separate yourself, buy just bullion. If you're, again, you have to separate the two, though. I wouldn't, if someone wanted to hedge themselves, I would say definitely stay away from those higher mintage products. But if it's something you enjoy doing, again, it's pleasurable and you enjoy looking at the product and you enjoy buying it, and you're not going crazy on it, why not? Why not? Have fun with it. GHST says bought a tube of ASEs. Good for you, dude, but oh man, just please buy the kilos or buy the 1 ounce generics or something, man. ASEs, $6, $7 over, dude, they're expensive. But again, you got to do what makes you happy. John Schroeder says dollar strength moving up, Fed will keep hiking, gold and silver will keep crashing, but when dollar crashes will be a no shit moment. Dollar strength, though, John, has nothing to do, I shouldn't say that. It does have a lot to do with it, because perception, not truth, is what's important. And the narrative that a stronger dollar is bad for gold is perception. It's a narrative, it's perception, it's not the truth. However, it does have an effect on people investing in gold. Look at yourself. You're saying, well, a strong dollar means gold and silver won't do well. But the fact is, that's a bullshit narrative. It's not really true. So, I don't know. Make of it as you will, John. Appreciate you watching. Rob F., what's up, dude? 24 karat says a lot of hammers in the paper market by computer. Algorithms or programming reverse coding between one. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff, 24 karat. And there's a lot of algo trading out there for sure, especially with the managed money in the gold and silver markets, according to Ted Butler. And the commercials know this, and they know how to manipulate that. Big J says eagles are ugly, not worth the silver they're made from. I can't argue with it. It's not the prettiest coin. It's not a terrible coin. There are prettier coins for sure, but it's certainly prettier than the maple leaf. Well, the maple leaf has a nice background design, that little, field design, but I don't know, the queen, I don't know, man, that wasn't, I don't know, a maple leaf, really? Yeah, it's all about price for me, not really design. James Nelson says, I'll wait until Friday to get some more, no matter what the price is going to be. I expect the price to stay low in the middle until the Federal Reserve crashes. Let's see what happens there, James. I hope you're able to buy the dips, and when you do see the dips, you got the money, why not? If that's what you're going to do, buy gold and silver, why not buy the dips? Good suggestion and good advice. Tim Gibson says, why hide the spam when you can remove it? About the, yeah, I hide it so I make them waste their time posting more of it, even though no one's going to see it. I figure it's just kind of a way to my little FU to the crypto scammers out there that post in my comment section. They think they're posting out there, but nothing really shows up. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me know what you think, Tim. Bill says, I just bought 100 silver rounds for $2.03 over spot. Bravo, dude. That's a good freaking price right there. 203 over spot. Can't, what you say? I can't beat that. No, I can't beat that. That's a damn good price. That's like an on sale price. I actually could beat it if someone was buying it in quantities that way over 500 ounces. I could beat that, but damn good price, Bill. Good, dude. I hope you got that from your local guy. Jeff Keller says, had to get a new vehicle, slowing down the silver and gold purchases, even though now is the time to buy. Well, Jeff, you got to drive somewhere. You got to go pick up that silver, don't you? So you need that nice vehicle. Michael Matthews, what's up? Shep, how you doing? Here, I showed you that earlier. Just go to the AI link that I gave you, Shep. Show Pro, what's up? It's always nice to see you in the store. Thanks for coming by. I think I heard or read that gold, the U.S. dollar, and the U.S. Are only tier 1 assets. Yeah, I believe that's exactly true. And I guess I got to ask AI what tier 1 assets there are. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Russell King says Bob Seger sang Against the Wind. That was my question last night. Who sang Against the Wind? Could be a gold record. That was a great album that was on Bob Seger's. Yeah, I don't know what it wasn't the greatest hits because that wasn't an album, but Against the Wind was a great song. Against the Wind. Got to sound like Bix Weir. Isn't he the singing silver guy? Against the Wind. Against the Wind. Bob Seger, Show Pro says again. Dave Wilson, love your show. Appreciate you educating me on best metals and money. Do you think the Fed, just before the Great Reset, would offer crazy premiums to suck up much supply only to reset prices higher? There's the Great Reset, man. I'm just not familiar with it. I hear the term all the time, NASARA, Great Reset, but I really don't hang on a second. I got an idea. What is the Great Reset? Let me see if it comes up with any answers. Stump, generate. I think we stumped it. Oh, there we go. Okay. The Great Reset is a term that's gained popularity in recent years. There will be a proposal, global initiative to address economic, social. The idea is fundamentally to transform the global economic system to make it more equitable, sustainable, and resilient in the face of future challenges. Wow, there's so many Great Reset descriptions that I've seen out there, including, hang on, what is NASARA? I've had people ask me about NASARA, wanting me to read about it. I have no clue what it is. Read a little bit. It's about internet for many years by 1990 politician named Harvey Francis. He claimed a secret had passed in Congress, being suppressed by government. All right, man, that's a whole rabbit hole that I'm not jumping down to right now, folks. Meanwhile, thanks for watching. Again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I gained a new friend, man. Who actually notification. Suki followed me. Another one there. Rick Ingman, thanks for following me. You're like my 38, and there's 39 followers I have now. Appreciate it. I am on profile. I am on Twitter right now. You can reach me there under this name, so you can pause and copy that. Find me on Twitter. Ask me any questions you want. Since I've only got 38 followers and one question a week, it'll be easy for me to do. Well, that's it, folks. If you sometime happen to not find me here on this particular social media channel, video channel, it's because I probably said something stupid and well, according to them. I shouldn't say something stupid, but something I should know better not to say. And it's not hard to do on these channels from when I'm here. So you'll find me here. Pretty cool. I put all the videos out here. So, and also I'm finding that there is some good content out here. It's definitely worth checking out. There's some content here that you can watch that you can't find anywhere else, because in particular forums like this one we're in, things can be a little bit hairy depending on what you're talking about. You know me, I'm always careful. That's it, folks. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Call me anytime at 954-493-8811 between 10 and 4, Mondays through Fridays. If you live in South Florida, or if you're buying more than 100 ounces of gold, and you live outside of my area, and more than 1,500 ounces of silver, in which case we can do business on the phone as well. But remember, I do have a limit. If you don't come to visit our brick and mortar store, we don't ship unless you're buying more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 1,500 ounces of silver. That's it, man. I'm going to let you go, and have a great evening, and thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.